Oh, yeah! That's right! Redemption, baby! That's what I'm talking about. Fully loaded, brand new Sixers. Brand new. Well, new people to the lineup. Started to look like the old Sixers a little bit with them turnovers. Gotta clean that shit up. But we come away with the victory. What a game. My heart was pumping out of my chest as it usually is, but I didn't have same old feelings. Why? Because we actually have a bench to go to now. We actually have other players to rely on. Tobias Harris in his Sixers debut, 14 points. You got Big Boban chipped in 4. Gave Embiid a blow tonight. Embiid, not the greatest game of his career. Not going to say that. He did turn it on a little bit in the fourth quarter. He still got his double-double. Only 15 points for the big man. Ben Simmons, he did have 9 turnovers, which was horrendous. But it was instrumental when he almost got that 3-point play with the freaking hammer he threw down. That was popping, man. The freaking center went off when he lit that up. And the Nuggets were fully stocked, too. When we played them out in Denver, we were minus a couple starters. So were they. They didn't have Jamal Murray in. We didn't have... We didn't have Embiid or Butler that game, if y'all remember. That was to kick off our West Coast trip. But we came back with a little redemption. Great from the line tonight. 90%, 29 of 32. The Nuggets were phenomenal moving the basketball. They run their offense through their center in Jokic. That dude's a beast. I got to tell you, what a find in the second round. He's really fun to watch, and he's going to be a nightmare for years to come. Him and Murray were their 2 high men of the game. He got another triple-double. Jokic did. Him and Ben are kind of battling along with Westbrook for the triple-doubles of the season. JJ, wow. What a statement to come back after having a nausea, stomach virus, whatever he had, case of the shits. I don't know what he had, but it was great that he had that time off because he lit it up tonight. Before that, nobody else was doing anything. It was all JJ all night. He was 6 of 7 from downtown, 34 points for the 34-year-old. Great to have him back in the offense. Everybody chipped in. It was nice to not have our starters play all these deep minutes. You had Ennis contribute. He was 2 from 2 from downtown. Not much from the bench, but it was enough. And Jimmy Butler, big game for Jimmy tonight. He had some clutch over the shoulder, off 1 foot turnarounds. 14 of 14 from the line is what stat that sticks out for me the most, because when it came down to it, he was the guy that you wanted in the pressure cooker at the line. You guys remember a couple games ago, was it the Thunder game where he wanted to tie it, and he was perfect, 12 for 12 that game, and he missed the first one to really send it into OT. I think it was that game, but great. We could have relied on Jimmy tonight, and we turned it on at the end. Defense was cranked up. We were moving our feet. We started going under instead of over the screens. I don't know why we do that. You should always do that. You want to fight through them screens, but they were getting us on it all night. They almost had 70 points in the paint. Got to clean that up. Definitely a huge issue still. They get us on the switches all the time. We definitely have to clean that up along with the turnovers, as we know. But to have a guy like Tobias, he was 2 from 3 from downtown, to be able to rely on him, especially with Ben. He's going to have the love a point guard like Ben Simmons. And Ben's going to love to have him out there, a guy that can shoot. And more than likely, it's going to go down because he's shooting 43% from behind the arc. But awesome debut for him and Bobby. And even Mike Scott, he chipped in. You can take JJ out at the end of games because he's a defensive liability, even though you don't want to, like before, because of how hot he was from downtown. But it don't matter anymore because of how deep this bench is. But phenomenal. And it was also great that the Nuggets, who are a prolific 3-point shooting team, were only 6 of 26 from behind the arc tonight. So that played a huge part in our victory. But awesome win. It was a big win. I wanted us to get redemption, especially with both teams. I would say they are close to maybe number 1 in the West too. It's them and the Warriors. It's a tough call though, because that Nuggets team is stacked. They are a great team. They're very well coached. Again, I said they like to run their offense through their five, who is Nikola Jokic, but what a phenomenal basketball player he is. So it's going to be some battling. It's going to be some fun playoff basketball, but I was glad we were able to get this win. Brett was able to manage his minutes. I would like to say not give Korkmaz as many minutes as he got tonight. I think he got 12. Because, I mean, we don't really need him in the lineup, I don't think. I didn't see Jonathan Simmons. I guess he's not here yet, or wasn't eligible to play or whatever. I don't believe he's hurt. That's a new guy I didn't get to see. But Ennis again and Mike Scott, all the new guys were contributors. But you saw tonight, because they got almost 70 points, they get us where they're drawing the centers out, especially Embiid. Bobby is not a rim protector at all. He's just a big body. He's huge. You put his arms up, and they hope for the best. You saw how many shots he adjusted tonight. I still like to go out and possibly get a rim protector if we can. If either that or they're going to rely on Justin Patton. If he can get healthy, he would be that guy to get a little bit more depth. But it's just like, it's not enough roster spots, right? It sucks. It sucks they didn't extend it a couple more so we could have these guys. But it was fun to watch. The center was freaking rocking down here. And it was a little dead, too. You know, we had that huge 15-point lead right before half, and they cut into it. You know, they went on a 12-0 run, if I'm not mistaken. It was bad. It was getting ugly. And then it deflated. It took all the air out of the center. You know, and especially with Embiid not playing well, anybody that was doing anything was J.J. Redick. But the young team was able to come up, rely on each other, knock down some key shots, and shuffle their feet and play some damn defense. Love to see it. I cannot wait. And the more they play together, not bad for a team that only got one day of practice together, okay? They didn't look that bad. They were getting a little too cute in the beginning, in the first half, with passing the ball, okay? Nobody wanted to take the shot. And that shit's got to stop, because we had, how many? I want to count 4. We had, 2 defensive 3, or was it 4? We had a ton of turnovers. That was a bunch of defensive 3 seconds, which was garbage. We gotta stop that. So it's like nobody wanted to be the man and take the shot. Just take the damn shot. I'm glad Ben had that nice move, though, where he faked the pass and he went and he threw down the hammer. That was a pinnacle of the game. So what'd y'all think? I mean, I'm literally still shaking right now. Like, whoo! Love to see that shit. Love it. Huge, huge game to win, I think. You know, we got let me not skip the Laker game. We got them on Sunday, and then we got Boston on Tuesday. Bring it on. Especially after what freaking Morris said. I cannot wait to shut his trap. You don't think we're shit after these acquisitions? We'll see come Tuesday, homie. Because y'all ain't shit when Kyrie's out. He's the glue to that team. Philly 024, I don't know if he's overrated. He likes to run his mouth a lot. I think he's a decent player, though. I'm sure you'd like to have him on the squad. No room, though. Everybody contributed. I still think we need to have that shot blocker. Imagine having, Twin Towers with Bobby out there and a Justin Patton or another shot blocker, if possible. Yes, he does. He's a Philly cat, too, so I don't get all the hate. He's a Philly kid. What is all the hate? Just stop it. You can go right away in Titletown up there. But again, not bad for these guys. I was happy to see the win, 117-110. Got to cut down on the turnovers, Brett. Okay, I want to see him call more game time situations when they go on that huge run. Where was the timeout? Brett, you still got to clean up your shit, man. I'm still not a believer in you. You still have to show me that you're able to manage a team, especially with their minutes. And when they go on a huge run like that, like when we were up 15, or what was it, 16? Right when they would have got those 6 straight points, that's when I would have called the timeout. You don't wait for 9 or 12 points to cut into the lead, because they tied it at half. I mean, Jimmy got his buckets. Like I said, he was 14 of 14 from the charity stripe. But Jimmy played well. I was happy with the way Jimmy played. Simmons with the turnovers, though, man. Way too sloppy, bro. Him and Embiid again. They had 13, I think. Embiid had 4. I think he had 4, and that's way too many turnovers for Simmons. I don't want to see that. It's like he's got way too many toys now. He doesn't know what to do himself. But now you got no excuses that they weren't fully staffed. Jamal Murray is a baller. I love the Nuggets team. They did a great job with drafting, and they still got Michael Porter Jr. sitting on the bench. Happy to see Fultz on the sideline shaking hands, doing nothing. Yeah, I know, right? He's gone now. Not our problem. It was definitely a good win. However, it still seems JoJo and Jimmy have some tension between them. I mean, it could be. It's going to be a work in progress, especially for JoJo. You're adding another talent in Tobias Harris. You know, it just doesn't. It looks great on paper, but it doesn't always equate to the court. So it's going to take some time for guys to step back, whether it's going to be their ego or their style of play. That's what amazes me about Golden State, about how you can take all those superstars and mold them onto one team, because we all like to see that, right? We all figure it's going to work out great because they're superstars. They should all be able to blend together, right? It doesn't work like that. That's the genius of Steve Kerr and players being able to take a seat back, because look at Draymond, you know? Letting all these guys come in, touches, all that stuff comes into play. Style of play comes in. JoJo was questionable with, so probably he struggled. I mean, it could have been that, could have been his back. He looked gassed a lot of times. Definitely believe that is there easy a good viewpoint. I definitely think egos have a lot to do with it. It's an adjustment period though. And JoJo definitely has a huge ego. We all know that. But I love that guy. I love the big man. I love his ego. I'm cool with all that. Same with Jimmy. Got a chip on his shoulder. Love players like that too. They're going to get in your ear. But you know what cures everything? Winning. Winning cures it all. So if there was tension between that. Now I want to see what happens with the All-Star game with JoJo and Westbrook being on the same team. Giannis was true to his word. Giannis was true to his word that he wanted to have those two on the same team. We'll see if tempers flare down there in Charlotte. Nuggets team is really unique. They play 2 centers together. Yeah. You know, Mike Malone, that's how his system has always worked, even when he was with Sacramento. His team is nasty. Oh, man, McConnell. Oh, man, and McConnell. The back injury is scary, may linger all season. What, for JoJo? And even if it does, Sean, you know, I'm not worried about him sitting anymore. If you want to give JoJo a rest a couple games, I'm cool with that. With the acquisitions that Elton Brand has done, we can afford JoJo to have rest now. Same with JJ. Look what happened when he had a couple days rest, the old man. Came out and killed it. And we don't want to push Embiid at all. That is our centerpiece right there. That is our best player. But with Ben and Jimmy and Tobias, go Embiid, your back's hurting. Go sit down for a game, homie. We want you fresh for the playoffs. They didn't play their game tonight, and yet it seemed all-time Sixers toyed with Denver. Yeah, exactly. Imagine when they're firing on all cylinders. They didn't play their greatest. They didn't. But I want to see more pick and roll with Boban and Jimmy. And it's nice to be able to have Boban and Tobias on the court together, because that's poetry in motion. They've been on the same team for the past 2 years, when they were with Detroit and then when they were with the Clippers. So you don't have to worry about the offense getting all funked out. It's poetry in motion with them two guys out there. The pick and roll between them two, beautiful. Awesome. And I just read an article saying Tobias is all about loyalty and winning, and he definitely wants to stay in Philadelphia. So I hope he holds true to his word, which I think he will. So it seems like he wants to stay here, and he's in them for the long haul, and he wants to go for a championship. Changes things defensively. He's an adjuster, and you saw it tonight. Guys just trying to take... If a guy's towering over you that's 7'3", you don't have to be a shot blocker. But they did take advantage of him being a little slow-footed, because you do pull him out. A couple times he was on Jamal Murray. I hated that. I was afraid that he was going to dice him up and break his ankles. He was about to cook him. But he kind of fell into falling in love with shooting threes, which Jamal Murray does. So it kind of helped us out a bit. I mean, he could have cooked him anytime. Should be playing more. Yeah, I would rather have Jonah out there than Korkmaz. I don't know what Brett was doing tonight, but no more Korkmaz unless we absolutely have to have him out there. Yeah, Ben had a bad night, but Okay, I can forget about all that because what he did was a crucial play going down at the end of the game. When he got that dunk and almost completed that three-point play, that was instrumental in turning the energy around for our team and getting that win. That was huge. That was a huge play by Ben. So I can forgive them turnovers. If we were going to talk about it in a loss, yeah, we would have hampered on the 9 turnovers. But he made up for that with that dunk. Kind of disappointed Ellington went to Detroit. I thought we'd be maybe a little bit more active. But maybe they figure we don't need to be active. This is the team. This is the team that we're going to rock out with right now. I don't know how long the period for the buyouts last. But I'm cool with the squad we got. We still got Zaire and we still got Patton. So I think we're pretty set. Ellington was going to get more playing time over there. Yeah, I don't know how much playing time he would have got here because he plays the same position as JJ. You want to have the stretch 4s and 3s that we have. Plus, I think you can even kick Jimmy over to the 2 spot at times. Nah, come on, Smooth. Not LeBron. You know who's going to go off Sunday. Okay, and he resembles a Canadian beast with horns. That's who's going to go off. 2 stars, had bad nights. That's the beauty of acquiring players like Tobias Harris. And it was huge that JJ went off for 34. Let's not get exactly Smooth. Let's not get it twisted. That was huge for him to go off tonight because if we didn't have those points, that just shows you how instrumental he is to this team. Yeah, I'm cool with him resting. I don't think we need Embiid to beat the Lakers. I don't know, though. How are we going to be able to shut down Muscala? That's the one guy I'm worried about on LA right now. Dude is freaky good. He's going to come here and probably drop 35 on us. I'm still kind of regretting that we let Muscala, guys. I'm sad. Dude's an MVP race right behind Harden. You know what I'm saying? The big 2's coming. And it was cool to see that they did retire Moses Malone. His number tonight. Put him up there in the rafters. Faux. Never forget that. So iconic. Instrumental to the Sixers winning their last championship 35 years ago already. Happy for everybody that got to see that. I didn't, but I know the faux speech. I know trading, getting that trade for Moses to get here to beat the Showtime Lakers was huge. Maybe this is our move. Maybe this is our generation's Moses. All right, guys? For all you young bucks out there like me, maybe this trade is our Moses Malone to go get that championship. Did I get Lakers Sixers tickets? Are you talking to me, Danelle? I'm a season ticket holder. I don't got to worry about tickets. I got tickets for 42 games. 41 games. Nope. I got tickets. I'm good. I don't miss games, homie. I've been seeing a season ticket holder now for, since 2015. Don't understand how they don't retire his number sooner. Well, he did die 3 years ago, but he didn't want them to retire it while he was still alive. And I thought it was a class act that he had everybody that he played with on that championship team etched into his banner. I mean, that's a class act right there. He didn't play here that long, but for him to be, that's how big of a guy he was and how instrumental he was to them winning a championship. Oh, yeah, you're from Illinois, Denton? That's what's up. It was a good game. Awesome game. Bolden will keep centers out the lane. Yeah, because I guess he could be kind of like your shot blocker. I view him more of a 4 than a 5. I'd like to see him and Boban play together. Because he could get your weak side. You get Boban playing the 5 and then have Bolden play weak side. Slap everything out of there. Because he's a lot more athletic. Does he look like J. Cole? I don't know what J. Cole looks like. Honestly. I know who J. Cole is. I have no idea what he looks like, though. He does look like my boy Anton, though. It's hilarious. I'm just going to tell my boy Anton just go around and say he's Tobias Harris. He's like a double. It's like a double-double. It's wild. But yeah, I'm praying LeBron plays on Sunday. I know there had been rumors and reports floating around that he wasn't 100% going to play. So we'll have to wait and see. Because I would rather have him out there on the court and we just smoke him. Just freaking annihilate him. It almost happened tonight when we got that big lead. And I thought we were just going to keep building on it. I thought this game was going to be over by the third quarter. You know who Boban reminds me of? Bobby reminds me of, this is going to show my age, Arvydas Sabonis. Just without the shot-making ability. Just how huge he was. You know, big old guy coming over from, I don't know if Sabonis was a Serb or not. But I wish Boban could shoot like that. Y'all remember Arvydas Sabonis? I mean, his son plays for, Indiana. Not as good as him. Yeah, right? Right, Danelle? I used to love him when he was on Portland. Him and freaking Damon Stoudemire and Sheed. Those were the teams. Boban doesn't have the jumper like the dunk. No, he doesn't. He's huge. I got ears like what? Like Spock? Is that what you're saying? With my hat on? Yo, he was awesome. You know what's wild, too? That if you think about the team... Oh, he's from Lithuania. Thank you, David. I'm bad with geography, if you can't tell. But, what was I going to say? Toronto at one point could have had T-Mac, Stoudemire, and Vince Carter on the same team. You better hope. I just hope he doesn't go to the Knicks, because I just love to see them keep going down, 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 and being a... Oh, shoot. I'm going to have to end this video soon, because I only got 10% left on my battery. So we'll have to see where he lands. I don't think he's going to turn the franchise around. I know the Knicks are pegging on getting the top pick, taking Zion, and then signing Kyrie and KD. I mean, they got the money too. And they're valued at the most expensive franchise, I believe. They're worth the most. Tobias is like a Paul George. He honestly... No, Simmons did not play face. But he reminds me of Melo, Tobias. Just a better shooting, three-point shooting Melo. He can score in a multitude of ways. I mean, you can't stop him. Very prolific from two-point range. Can score any which way, fast break. And I'd say he's more athletic than Melo, too. Even in Melo's heyday. Yeah, he did. I was happy with the way James Ennis chipped in. You know, he knocked down 2 shots. He was active on the boards. You know, good on the fast break. No, Jonathan didn't play. No, he didn't. You got what headband, Philly? I gotta keep it all purple and gold Sunday. Yeah, you better hope, Smooth. It ain't gonna happen now. It's gonna be hard to get tickets. You had that Laker takeover before. Not anymore, bro. You should have seen how jam-packed it was. I saw maybe 2 Nuggets fans here tonight. Tobias seems to get everything. Dude, he's a beast, Sean. I'm telling you. Ever since I saw this guy play with Orlando 4 years ago, I just imagined him being on the Sixers. Like, that would be a perfect fit for us. Even before we had Simmons and when we drafted Embiid. He is. High IQ. Very underrated. He fell in a draft. He was a 19th overall pick. At a Tennessee, even. No, he reminds me of Melo. The way he can score the basketball, like, so effortlessly. Like a poor man's Melo. He does. Just a better three-point shooting Melo. He's young. He turns 27 in July. So that's why you lock him up for the rest of his career. That's why this trade is awesome. You give him the max. He wants to stay here. And I feel like once he experiences the 27 games that are left, and whatever home games we have out of that, he's going to fall in love with the city and the fans. He's like a blue-collar guy, like a lunch pail type of dude, too, I feel. All right, I'll take one more question because I got to bounce out of here. Jimmy played better tonight, too. Yeah, he did. I said after this trade, the spotlight's going to be on him. It's all going to be up to Jimmy, how this flows. Paul Pierce? Yeah, I like that comparison. That's right. Well, that's because 34 was his number, but that's Charles's when he was here, and that's retired. So that's why he couldn't keep the 34. So he took Rocco's. It's all right. That ain't going up in the rafters anytime soon. Any last questions before I bounce out? But the Paul Pierce comparison, he was like a guy that could light up from anywhere too. And he was like, the way he could score the basketball, Tobias can slash. It was weird. It's like he wasn't athletic, but he was like slow-mo. If you guys know, what the hell's his name? He used to play for the Spurs, and now he's on Memphis. Kyle Anderson? All right, y'all. Big win for the Sixers tonight. 117-110. We look and have our eyes set on the King and the LA Lakers. They are in shambles. Let's put the dagger in them and knock them out of their misery right now. Let's do it. We ain't getting Anthony Davis. We're holding out for Mike Muscala. That's who we should be targeting in free agency, y'all. We got to get him back from LA. I'm going to miss him. Dude's an MVP in my eyes, and y'all should realize it. All right, this is Kyle Gaffner with the Bitter Birds. Sixers are rising to the top. It's going to be a fun fight till the end of the season.